Hello Drum School, it's Alan here. Hope everybody's keeping well. This lesson today is for those at the professional level because we're going to look at how to use the 6-stroke roll to play a real funky type fill. So let's get to it. So if you haven't come across the 6-stroke roll before, let me encourage you to listen to some of the classic funk and soul drummers who used the 6-stroke roll effectively. 6-stroke roll, I think it's fair to say, is a modern rudiment. It's not one of the classic 26 standard rudiments, and it has a very particular sticking pattern, which we'll come to in a minute. But it's a really great rudiment, very versatile rudiment. We're going to use it, as I say, in a kind of a funk groove. We'll maybe play something similar to like Cold Sweat, and then we'll see how we can use a 6-stroke roll to put in a really cool fill. Okay? Also, if you haven't come across the 6-stroke roll before, I'm hoping that you have at least come across the paradiddle diddle. At this stage, this lesson is for professional level drummers. You should be really getting into your rudiments, and at this stage have a good breadth, a good spread of rudiments that you're working on. But just as a little reminder, a paradiddle diddle, everybody starts off with a paradiddle whenever they start learning to play drums, a single paradiddle. This is a paradiddle diddle. So just as a little reminder for those who need it, right, left, right, right, left, left, left. And I was kind of playing it with that 6-tuplet feel, which is what we're aiming at here with that. Okay? But that's a paradiddle diddle. Actually, I think Rock School referred to the 6-stroke roll as a paradiddle diddle alternate sticking. That's fair enough, because you still use the same kind of sticking movement, but not the same pattern, if you get my drift. And we're just going to do that right now. So one more time, if you need it, if you haven't come across 6-stroke roll, if you need to work up to it, the best place to start is with your paradiddle diddle. All right. So that was our paradiddle diddle. For us to play the 6-stroke roll, we're going to take one of the notes from the start and we're going to put it at the end of the note grouping. So again, our paradiddle diddle was paradiddle diddle. What we're going to do is we're going to take one of those single strokes, put it at the end. So we're playing a single stroke, then immediately into the doubles. And then the single stroke is going to be at the end. And hopefully you can see that on my lovely little sketch there, hieroglyphics. We've got Bonzo in the corner helping us along with our lesson today. So I've written it out as a 6-tuplet. You may come across the 6-stroke roll written out as like quavers and then crotchets. And in fact, I think on Rhythm Magazine, going back a number of years, they did out the 40 drum rudiments. And I think it's written out that way there. But what we're going to do is we're going to think about it as a 6-tuplet. And again, hopefully at this stage, drummers, you know what I mean when I say that, with that 6-tuplet, that triplety feel. So looking at the notes there on the screen, we have right, left, left, right, right, left, right. Okay? And that right is the start of the next phrase. There's only 6 notes in this, as the name suggests. Okay, so we'll do that just a little bit slowly. So right, left, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, right, left, right. Now, again, at this stage, what we really want for those doubles in the middle is for them to be bounced. Now, that's a lesson in itself, but I'm hoping again that at this stage you can play an open roll where your double strokes are bounced, because as the name suggests, this 6-stroke roll has to have the feel of a roll, okay, of a drum roll. So let's look at the sticking pattern, and then I'll play some, and then we'll think about how we're going to put that into a fill. To be honest with you, the actual fill idea is very straightforward. So this is the core part of the lesson, to be working on, just to work on your 6-stroke roll. Once you get that, the rest of this will be very easy. But, like in all things, if we can crack this, it sounds really effective. So, work on this key part. Again, if this is new, maybe go back to the paradiddle diddle and then work yourself up to playing this 6-stroke roll. So, let's just do that one more time. So, right, left, 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 So once you've got your 6-stroke roll, it's beginning to flow. All we're going to do, in a very similar fashion to those classic funk soul drummers, is we're going to put the first note on the first tom. So it's going to sound something like this. All right, still a 6-stroke roll. Right there. And then right. Okay, and in fact, that's going to be our first fill. Because we're playing a 6-stroke roll, maybe at the end of the phrase, and then that's going to be the start of the new phrase. So, in fact, tell you what, let's just play something like Cold Sweat, a couple of bars, and then we'll play our fill. So this would be the first one. We're going to do 3 that all start like this, just a slight variation. That's why I was saying previously, once you crack the 6-stroke roll and you're playing it, then this bit is really straightforward, okay? But like in all these things, if we can crack these, then it can sound really good, very useful in our playing. Okay, so let's do a wee bit of kind of Cold Sweat. Or, if you prefer, maybe something like this. So we're going to stick the bass drum in there as well. So let's do that as a groove. So I'm hoping you're beginning to see how we can use this simple 6-stroke roll idea to play a funky fill. I'm going to do a couple more variations and then I'm going to come back and explain what I played. And I hope you like those variations. Very simple, very straightforward. We're still doing our 6-stroke roll, starting on the high tom. And then the first one, I played a little syncopated phrase there, based on kind of a 16th and an 8th and then a 16th. That sort of idea. So we'll do it again. And I'm playing the 16th, 8th, and 16th with 2 lefts at the end. That leaves my right hand free to play the crash. And in the second one, I'm simply finishing off the fill with the descent. The snare, the high tom, the floor tom. And then maybe playing the crash. Well, first of all, I hope you like those fills. I thought that this was a simple way to introduce how to use the 6-stroke roll and playing those types of fills. And hopefully you will get some use with those yourselves whenever you're playing. I'm just going to play the 3 variations again. We'll just do them as like 2-bar phrases, but of course, if you're playing a piece, you might be playing like a 4-bar phrase or longer, or maybe at the end of the 16 bars or going into the chorus or whatever, where this fits. Obviously, the way that I've been playing them has been playing a bar of groove, and then on beat 3 of the second bar, I'm playing the 6-stroke roll, and then I'm finishing off with the 3 variations of the ending of the fill. So hopefully you're enjoying working through these, and look forward to seeing you on the next video.